Today we are having another class of English at amilingo.com. We are going to talk about English globalization. If you are interested in this topic, please join our discussion. We are waiting for you. Please come. Let's make a pause and wait for the students to join us. Hello, Yuri. How are you? Hello? Hello, Yuri. Do you hear me?
Yes,
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks.
How was your day today? What have you been doing?
Today I read in English, been in my room, something speaking in verbling, but I think maybe the other side where I can train in
Speaking
language.
a little. So I see that you've been busy all day today. Okay, I've been waiting for you and for the students. Have you been waiting long? Because I didn't see if you came or you've just come.
Just come.
Just come, that's great. Camila, hello, how are you? How was your day? Camila, do you hear us? Camila, is it possible to talk? Do you hear me? It seems Camila doesn't hear, so Camila is going to listen. And please, if it is possible, turn your mic on and make the volume louder for us to be able to hear you. Good? Well, today we are going to talk about globalization of English. So what do you think this topic is about?
I think that how many people speak in English all over the world.
Yes, exactly. You're right. This is our today's topic. And do you think that it is interesting to speak English and it is a good skill for everybody to be able to talk in English?
Yes, and I'm interested in different dialects in English.
Mm-hmm. So nowadays English is becoming more and more popular. Have you ever had such a feeling that you start thinking in English? Did it happen to you or not, Yuri?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. So because they say that the language the person is thinking on is his or her native language. So while you are learning a new language, you become thinking in the other language, and this
And
is a
I'm
very
thinking
good
in
sign.
German, and I'm thinking in German,
Mhm, mhm. So
but I
because
haven't practiced in German. But I read books in German, read some text, articles, I understand German.
okay, yes, that is really great. Well, now I'm going to share a link with you. The dialects, and let's listen to them. Okay, dialect number 1. Can you open the link? Let's train a little. Can you open?
But I haven't a partner.
Mm-hmm. So can you open it?
Yes.
Okay, good. Let's listen to it.
What are you doing this weekend?
I'm not sure. What are you doing?
I was thinking of maybe taking a drive to the beach.
That sounds like a great idea.
Would you be interested in joining me?
Sure, I'd love to go with you. When would you be leaving?
I thought that we could leave around 8 on Saturday morning.
That would give us plenty of time to explore. Did you know that there's a music festival on the beach in Santa Barbara?
That was part of my plan.
Well, then I'll see you on Saturday. Thanks for asking me to go with you.
Okay, let's train. So, you're welcome.
But I see the only track, audio track, but not dialect.
You cannot open the line? Cannot you open it?
I open, but it's not open all.
Mm-hmm. So try to reset. Перезагрузите страницу. Обновите. Renew the page. Okay. I hope you'll do it. Okay. So Can you do it? Is it possible to read now? I'm going to send the link once more. Good?
Yes.
Okay. Try to click on the link and open it.
Сейчас по-другому немножко сделаю. Скопирую и вставлю. Даже так лучше сказать.
Okay, can you open it?
It's interesting why it's not open.
It doesn't want to open?
Не могу открыть полностью окно, странно. Такого еще не было.
Okay. So
Не знаю, в чем причина. И перезапустил уже.
it is impossible. Okay. So try to open another link. I hope you'll manage to do it. Good.
Yes, it's open.
Good. At last. So let's read about English globalization. Okay. But before we do it, let's have up our warm-up questions, warm-up activities. So, question number 1: what language do you speak at home, Yuri?
I speak Russian, but sometimes I speak English and German.
Does your mother or father know English or German?
No, I speak myself.
To yourself. I understand.
Mother knows something English when she studied at
Knows
school.
English a little?
Knows some words.
Only some words. I see.
At home I speak Russian.
Russian, yes. Okay. Good. When did you start to learn English? The second question.
I started learning English at 5 years old.
Do you ever mix your native language with English when you are speaking?
No.
Do you use English words?
Some slang maybe.
Sometimes. Okay. Question number 4. How many people around the world do you think speak English as the second language?
Maybe 3 million or more.
Yes, something like that. Exactly. We'll read about it in the text. And another question is, have you ever heard the term Span English or Hinglish? What do you think these terms mean? Do you know? Do you understand?
Yes.
Right. English mixed with Spanish is Span English. So English with the Spanish accent is Span English, as the people call it, Spanglish, right? And we also have the mixture of Ukrainian and English and the mixture of Russian and English, because we have got different accents, Russian accent and Ukrainian accent of English, right?
Maybe that if person lives a lot of time in other countries, she or he has another accent.
Yes, exactly. You're right. You're right. And what is the meaning of globalization? Do you know?
That maybe people speak more than other times in social networks.
Yes, you're right, exactly. So with the coming of internet into our life, we are using more and more social networks, and our world turns to become a little village because all of us live in one little village, know each other, and communicate with each other. It
I
is not
think
important.
maybe it's not very good.
It is
I
not
didn't
very good.
know.
Why do you think so?
Good,
Why do you think that globalization is not so very good phenomenon?
because we must go to another country, not speak in social networks a lot.
I understand. So this is the meaning, yes.
I think technology has been the principal driver of globalization, and it maybe transformed economic life.
Yes, so sometimes it is not so very good, and sometimes we have got the advantages of this thing that we can use, because nowadays we become closer and closer to each other, and it is important. But in the other cases, it is not so very good. Do you agree?
Yes, of course.
Okay, thank you. And the text, let's read about English globalization. You're welcome, Yuri.
It's interesting why I am only one student.
Sometimes it happens, you know, I've had one lesson when only Alexander came. It happened, and another lesson there was a case when only Michael was present. So now you've got the opportunity to be alone and to have a personal class.
The English language is spoken as a second language by more people than ever before. In 2006, for every native English speaker, there were estimated to be 3 non-native English speakers.
Yes. Do you understand? What does it mean to estimate a non-native?
Не родной non-native.
Non-native, yes, не родной. Okay. Estimate, what does it mean, estimate?
Don't remember.
Estimate, yes. To give the estimation, or your estimation. So at school we were given marks. So it was called estimation, оценка. To estimate.
When I take marks.
Yes, оценивать, to estimate. Do you remember? No? Open the dictionary.
I'm learning this word.
You're learning this word. Good. Open the dictionary and find this word, estimate. Okay? Estimate.
What kind of? Oxford Dictionary?
Anyone that is online. So online is very easy to open the dictionary and find the word. You just have to fill the word in and find it. Estimate.
Консервативная точка зрения.
Yes, and as a verb, to estimate.
Оценивать.
Yes, exactly. You're right.
To calculate approximately the amount, extent, magnitude, position, or value of something.
Yes, you're right. Yes, thank you. Let's go on reading. The second paragraph.
English is now the language of business, computer technology, and skilled employed worldwide.
Yes.
Currently, hundreds of millions of people, especially in China and India, are learning to speak English, many of them in small local language schools. Experts predict that 3 billion people will speak English as a second language by 2016.
Yes, well done. Skilled. What does it mean to be skilled?
To have good, иметь хорошие навыки.
Good knowledge, good abilities, good skills.
Good
Yes,
skills.
to know how to do something. Currently. So what does it mean currently? Do you remember?
Currently.
Yes.
Currently, it's
at present. Nowadays.
At present time.
At present time, right, exactly. Local language skills. Local. What does it mean, local?
City language.
Yes.
It's
yes.
placed language schools where they're situated
Where
in
the people
your own city.
Yeah, right. experts predict. What does it mean, expert?
Вердикт экспертов или
Yes, to predict.
predict it's предсказывать.
Yes, exactly. You're right. Nice. Another paragraph. You're welcome.
Many non-English speaking countries now start to teach their children English in schools at a young age. This only helps the children to learn English, but also to get better jobs when they are older. A country that has workers who have both English and computer skills is better able to compete in the global marketplace.
Mhm. What does it mean to compete?
Лучше разбирается, лучше себя чувствует, ощущает в глобальном маркетинге.
Mhm. Yes.
В общем, большом.
Mhm. Good. Exactly. You're right. Thank you. Another paragraph.
English is also the language of the internet. Many people work in the field of internet technology while many others use the internet to help them do their jobs or to improve their English skills. As more non-native speakers have learned English, words from local languages have become mixed with it. For example, English, a mix of Spanish
Mhm.
and English, is now spoken in the United States and Mexico. English, a mix of Hindi and English, is becoming more common in India.
Mhm.
In fact,
Exactly.
some experts think that people could one day speak one kind of English at home, another at work or school, and the third while traveling or talking to international visitors. Other experts believe that the countries should encourage local versions of English. Encourage это
To encourage.
поощрение, мотивация.
Поощрять. Yes, you're right.
Motivation.
Mhm.
Motivate.
Yes. Versions.
Версии.
Версии, варианты. Yes, you're right. Next paragraph. Some native English.
Я просто страницу пере.
Yes, the last paragraph.
Some native English speakers are upset at these changes. However, they will have to adapt to them because the globalization of English has become a fact of life. The highly lucrative English is the second language teaching industry, as the demand for native English speakers will continue to grow for some time to come.
Mm-hmm. Yes, exactly. So, adapt.
Адаптируются.
Mm-hmm. Lucrative. Highly lucrative English is the second language teaching industry. Lucrative, what does it mean? Lucrative, do you remember?
Lucrative, it's the cost very a lot of money.
Yes.
Very perspective.
Okay. Good, thank you, well done. Now the comprehension questions. Question number 1. In 2006, what was the ratio of non-native English speakers to native English speakers? Do you remember from the text? Do you remember, Yuri? So,
No.
2006, for every native English speaker, there were estimated to be 3 non-native English speakers. Right? And question number 2. In what field of industries is English spoken around the world? Do you know? According to the text.
Engineering.
So English is not the language of what?
Of computer
Technology.
Language of business and skills employed worldwide.
Yes. Exactly, you're right. Thank you. Next question. How many people will speak English as the second language by 2016?
3 billion people.
Yes. Nearly 3 billion people speak English as the second language
But
by
I
this year.
think that not every person have a good skill in English.
Yes, I agree with you. Yes.
Well, better speaking and translating. I think that not every person translates very well.
Yes. You're right. Next question. Why are many non-English speaking countries starting to teach their children English at a young age? Question number 4. So is it good to start teaching
Very
English?
good because the brain easily
Develops.
when
The brain develops in the very young age, and children try to be more adaptable in the world, learn how to be more adaptable in the world, and
maybe absorb the information.
absorb the knowledge better and easier in this early age. Give 2 examples of languages that have started to mix with English from the text.
Hindi English, and Spanish English.
English and Spanglish. Right?
Yes.
Okay, have you ever heard these words before? Or this is the first time you hear about it?
I heard this word in the text.
In the text, okay.
Not remember what kind of text in the journal, English for You journal.
Okay. Now I'd like you to learn some more vocabulary. And we've got the exercise, vocabulary review. Match the words on the left with the correct meaning on the right. So we've got the words from the text. Native, estimate, skill, currently, expert.
Native, it's maybe...
Native.
Noun at the present time? Not.
Yes, native.
Родной.
Родной, yes. Native language, родной язык. So,
born in or belonging to a certain place.
Exactly. Estimate, the second one. Estimate. Оценивать, right?
Yeah.
So, what could be the definition for this word? Do you know? Do you remember?
Mark somebody.
Give an idea of an approximate size, number, or something, right? E. Give an idea of an approximate size, number, etc.
Yeah.
The next, skill. Number 3, skill.
Yes.
So
ability to do something.
Right. We remember from pedagogics that we've got skills, knowledge, and abilities, right? So ability to do something is skill. Currently, number 4. Currently, present time. At present time now. So this is G.
No, fine.
Yes, now at the present time. Currently. Expert. Who is an expert? 5.
Expert is
a person, right?
Person who with special knowledge or skill.
Exactly. Thank you. Predict. To foresee or forecast or try to know something beforehand. Predict. What does it mean to predict? Predict the situation.
Say what will happen in the future.
Yes.
Compete.
Compete.
Now at the present time.
Yes. Try to win or be better than someone else. Compete. This is M.
Try to win or be better than someone else.
Compete.
Global.
Okay, global.
Worldwide.
Yes. Local.
In the area.
In the area. Encourage. 10. Encourage. Give support or confidence to somebody. Help.
Version.
Yes. Version. Версия. Version. Variant. Version. Number 11.
Say what will happen in the future.
A form that is different from the original version.
But I think K is maybe...
K better. K.
Maybe K?
No.
No, but I think version is maybe say what will happen in the future.
Yes, exactly, you're right. Okay, adapt. Number
Adapt.
12.
12, adapt.
Adapt. Адаптироваться.
Да.
Адаптировать. Adapt. To change to fit a new use or situation.
Situation.
And the last number 13.
Lucrative.
Exactly.
Profitable, bringing money.
Profitable, bringing money. Good of you. So you coped with this task. Well done. And exercise B, choose the right words from the left column above to complete the following sentences. Sentence number 1, you're welcome.
They currently live in Canada, but they are planning to move to England soon.
Yes, they are currently, right?
When you move to a new country, you have to predict.
Адаптироваться. To? Adapt.
Adapt.
Yes.
To new country.
Right.
Thousands of athletes from around the world compete in the Olympic Games.
Yes, good of you. Thank you. Well done.
At first, he lost money in his business, but now it's becoming very encouraged.
No.
Very predict.
Lucrative. Bringing money and profitable, right? Lucrative. Good.
John has become a very good student because all his teachers
try to guess. What do the teachers do?
Adapt.
No. Try to think.
Predict him.
No. Another variant.
Estimate.
Encourage. Encourage him to work hard. Right? Do you agree?
Yes.
Okay, good. Thank you. Now we've got the discussion questions. Question number 1.
At what age do you think children should begin to study second language in school?
Nowadays, we know that children start learning the foreign language from the first form. Do you think that it is good, or even in the kindergarten they are already speaking?
I think more better to study in the kindergarten.
Kindergarten? Why do you think so?
Because the brain more
flexible. And it is possible to adapt, right? So.
But even person one, maybe in the first class, more better. In the situation, not later, in the first or in the kindergarten.
I understand. And when did you start learning the language? At school or in kindergarten?
At 5 years.
When you were 5 years old, right?
Yes.
Was it difficult to learn the language at this age?
No.
Do you remember any songs or any tongue twisters from the kindergarten? What was the first song that you have learned in English, the first verse?
I read the book Hedgehog. I read the poem. Yes. The house which built Jack.
Nice stories.
I read different proverbs. I'm not remember at all.
Did you read the book about Winnie the Pooh?
Yes.
Okay. What about the song Head, Shoulders, Knees and Toes? Do you remember it in the kindergarten? No? It's a very funny song about the parts of a body. So children learn it in kindergarten nowadays. Very funny.
Я ходил в первую. I go to the first school and we have.
Yes.
I go. Not remember. Maybe I go to this courses from 5 to 7, 2 years or more. 3 years, I'm not remembering.
Yes, I understand. Do you think that it is easy or difficult to teach a child to read in English?
Maybe not very easy, not very difficult.
Okay. Was it difficult for you to study how to learn, how to read, to learn how to read in English?
No,
Mm-hmm. I understand. Good. So, what do you think is the best way to teach English to children?
maybe when they repeat after the teacher,
Mm-hmm.
when they hear some songs or poems, look in some cartoons in English. I didn't know. I didn't have a practice with child.
With children. Mm-hmm. But sometimes you said that you had some private lessons. So, what children did you teach? What age did you teach?
I teach when the person was in the ninth,
Ninth form. Mm-hmm. In the secondary
rules,
school.
maybe reading some text, but nowadays I teach more sailors than pupils.
Mm-hmm.
I prepare the NO with them.
Yes, I understand. Is it difficult for children to learn all the questions for this test?
For the NO,
Yes.
different children and different ways
Of
to start.
learning,
Yeah.
of studying. Mhm. Okay, good. Yes, I agree with you completely. So I've got the experience in this sphere too, and
And
you're
when I
right.
read this, I think that the NO is very difficult because when I study, we haven't the NO.
Yes, we had exams only. We were passing oral and written tests, and that was all.
I
But
think the
nowadays,
NO is very difficult to.
to pass and to learn to pass.
I think
Yes.
some people maybe pay for the exams.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking that I know we have the school and some persons will pay for exams.
Mm-hmm. So you consider it to be not so fair, to be unfair, right?
Maybe no, some persons have passed well, but some not so good skills in English or
Yes.
other exams.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I agree with you completely. So, why do you think English has become the global language? The question. Such a interesting question. What is the reason?
Because America and Great Britain have a leadership in the world.
Yes, exactly. Mm-hmm. And that's why English has become the global language of business, computer technologies, science, and so forth. You're right.
Trading maybe,
Trade, exactly. So, besides
banking sphere,
and banking,
math, all spheres.
everywhere in all the spheres, all around the world. Exactly. Besides business and technology, what other industries function primarily in English? So we already mentioned many of them, right? So, except business and technology, we've got economy, right? Medicine and other spheres. What else can you add? Financial sphere,
Math,
economical. Yes,
maybe
exactly.
different culture sphere.
Cultural sphere. You're right. How is the spread of English throughout the world affecting local languages and local cultures? So, for example, Ukrainian or Russian culture, is it affected by the globalization and the influence of the English language?
Yes.
Okay. And what can countries do to preserve their local languages? Is it good? Is it important to preserve local languages?
Preserve,
To keep, right?
to save,
store.
maybe.
Mm-hmm.
To support, to
To
save.
support. Yes.
I think it's very important to save the languages, all languages. Because in some languages only several people speak it.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you're right. Yes. And another question, do you think that it is important for English language teachers around the world to try to maintain a standardized form of English? Why or why not? Is it important to keep to a standard or have different variants and teach different variants, for example, Canadian English?
Maybe some who wants standard, maybe
Standard.
maybe learn standard form.
Mm-hmm.
Who wants another, maybe learn another. I
May
didn't
learn
know.
another. Mm-hmm.
I didn't
understand.
know what other person thinking in this way, but I think who wants maybe learn.
Yes. Okay. So in what ways do languages change throughout time? Give some examples. So do languages change or do they stay the same?
I know that some words in English, maybe barber or hairdresser. Hairdresser is more modern,
Mhm.
but barber is old-fashioned.
Archaism, right?
Yes.
So we've got the words that we don't use anymore, and they are old-fashioned, and no longer used in the English language. And there are lots of modern and new words that come to be used in
But
the
I think
nowadays.
person must know and old-fashioned. Maybe some persons use them.
So both variants are important to learn.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Good, thank you. And next question. Nowadays, many young people are traveling to foreign countries to teach English as a second language. Do you think that this would be a good job? And explain why do you think so?
I
Explain your
think
answer.
it's very good practice because you're interested in culture, you're interested in different.
Mm-hmm. So it's a good idea to move to another country and teach English
And
there.
especially in London, in New Zealand, in Canada, in Australia to teach English.
Do you think that it is a profitable business? And people can make money on doing this job?
When they have a good practice,
Yes.
yes.
Okay. Would you like to go to China to teach English? So nowadays, lots of people propose and offer such kind of job that is available on the job market. Do you think that it is a good job or not?
Maybe it's a good job, but now I haven't a lot of money to go to China.
Yes. But on the other side, people say that ecology is very poor in China, and it is not so very easy to live there because of the ecological state, and it is
I think
important to adapt to
the Chinese
the
people,
circumstances.
there are a lot of Chinese people, more than 1 million. It's a very lot,
Large.
large,
Mm-hmm.
and they have not good environmental protection.
Yes. There. So it is a little bit dangerous to go there and move there and try to teach English there. Do you agree?
Yes, I think there are different countries, other different countries where I can teach English.
Mm-hmm. If you had an opportunity to move to another country and teach English there, what country would you like to choose?
Maybe Great Britain, New Zealand, Canada, Australia.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe United States.
Mm-hmm. In the United States. Do you think that it would be difficult for you to adapt to the other countries' conditions and live there for some period of
No, I
time?
think if I have a good job for, I think I'm adapted
I'll adapt to the situation there, right?
because I think it's not good situation in economical in Ukraine.
Mm-hmm.
and I think it's
In
in other
economic.
countries it's more better.
So it is better to migrate
Yes,
and to move from Ukraine. Okay. Okay.
I am thinking, but
You are thinking of doing that, right?
yeah,
And what about the culture shock? Do you think that it is just a fairy tale or it is a reality? Do you think that it is easy to overcome culture shock or it's just another thing that should be done and that's all?
I think it wouldn't be a culture shock because I'm reading a lot about other countries.
There will be no culture shock, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you're sure about it, aren't you?
Yes.
Okay, good, good. So,
I think we have like там родина, там где человеку хорошо.
so in fact, we can try to keep this culture shock and live through these difficulties and overcome them, and in the end, enjoy the life abroad. Do you agree?
Yes,
Okay.
I
Good.
think so.
I think so. Right?
I think yes.
Without M, I think so.
I think so.
I think so. Good, good. Well, Yuri, thank you for today's class. Thank you for coming and joining my discussion, join our discussion and sharing these ideas. And I invite you to my classes, to my next classes tomorrow and after tomorrow. I wish you to have a good evening and all the best. If no questions, see you tomorrow.
Maybe I will go to another class now.
Okay, yes, sure, you're welcome. Bye-bye. See you tomorrow.
Goodbye.
Bye. Bye.